So over the last couple of years, I've been looking for the perfect camera bag that will match my needs as a cinematographer with the type of equipment that I use. And I didn't want it to be too bulky, and I think I've come pretty close, and I found my absolute favorite camera bag. Now, anyone who knows me will tell you that I have a camera backpack addiction, and it's kind of true. I mean, I've used a lot of different bags over the last several years, starting with some shoulder bags, then moving up to some backpacks. Eventually, I needed a solution where my cinema cameras and lenses could fit in my backpack, but not have the backpack be so bulky. Initially, the Lowepro ProTactic 450 AW Mark II, that is a mouthful to say. Initially, that backpack met my needs fairly well, but in most cases, it's just too big and kind of calls attention to itself. So that's where this backpack comes in. This is the Ulanzi BP04. And this is actually not the most expensive backpack that I own. I've bought far more expensive backpacks and bags, and this is about half the price of some of my nicer ones, but does the job better than almost all of them. Now we'll get into storage and compartments in just a second, but I want to start with the outside and with the comfort. This backpack is made from a durable material. I think it's like a nylon. It has kind of a rubbery feel almost. This bag has good zippers. The material feels well built. Everything about this backpack feels like it's made to last. In terms of comfort, the straps are nice and thick. They're not made from that cheap foam that's just gonna get thin on you over time. And they've got good sternum straps, a good waist strap if you need that to balance the load a little bit better. And then on both sides, they have these expandable water bottle and tripod holder pockets with compression straps right above them so that you can secure your bottle or tripod, whatever you may be using. Now this is a roll top backpack, so the top of it has a zipper and magnets to keep it closed. Most of the time I don't use the zipper, I just use the magnets. And then it has a bungee strap with their, what do they call it? What do they call this? Fid lock locking system. Now this locking system is actually pretty interesting. You don't just pull out because it won't unlock. You have to pull down and out, and then it will unlock. And it uses magnets to keep it locked in place to keep your equipment secure. And this lock is just so satisfying to open and close. I could literally do this all day. It is so nice. Most people aren't going to know how to operate this lock, which I think is a good safety feature. And this compression strap, or this bungee strap up here, really does a good job holding on to anything that may be in this top compartment. Around the backpack, you have multiple hooking points for your compression straps, as well as side access pockets to get into your camera compartment. On the outside, you also have this key and wallet pocket right here that will keep any of your valuables secure. And then you've got this larger hard shell pocket to store anything like sunglasses, hard drives, or anything that's a little bit more delicate. On the back, you have a laptop compartment that can accommodate up to about like a 15 or 16 inch laptop, and then anything smaller than that with different flaps and pockets inside of it. You also have multiple carrying handles. These all feel durable and well built. The material, the pockets, the foam, the straps, everything in here feels well built and is going to last. I've been putting this through its paces and it has held up very, very well. Now moving on to the inside of the backpack, you have these two giant zippers that will unzip completely, showing you the full contents of the inside. This backpack goes from, I believe, 23 to 27 liters and has plenty of space to store any camera equipment that I may need to put in here. I've put my Canon cinema cameras in here, as well as like my DSLRs, lenses, everything I need for a shoot will all fit in this backpack. And while the padding is thin, it's very rigid and very durable. Like, you're not going to have equipment bumping against each other. It's thin in a way where it's very, very high quality, and it's going to save you some space rather than having such thick pads that you get in most cheaper backpacks. So personally, the thin padding doesn't bother me because there is absolutely no way my camera equipment is going to bump into each other. The padding includes these little hooks and loops with Velcro that will secure through there so that your padding doesn't move even with heavier loads of equipment. Now, no backpack is perfect, and so some things that I wish would have been done a little bit differently is these zippers along the sides. I don't really like that I have to completely unzip the whole thing in order to access the camera compartment. I wish in addition to the side access zippers, there was another way to get into this middle section of the backpack. It can be a little awkward if you don't want to unzip the entire thing, but for me, the pros of this backpack far outweigh any of the negatives, and that's really the only thing that I have to say about it. So overall, this backpack is just really, really well thought out, and this is now my go-to camera bag. I've completely switched to it for both my photo and video work, holding DSLRs and cinema cameras with plenty of lenses, and I could go all day with this backpack. I love this thing and is by far my absolute favorite camera bag. Now, if you have any recommendations for camera backpacks, please link your favorite backpack below in the comments. I'm always interested to try out new backpacks, and I'll see you guys in the next video.